my name's Alan Piggott and I chair a working group that's developing a blueprint for the South Australian sheep industry. The blueprint is an initiative of the South Australian Sheep Advisor Group and Livestock SA, and I suppose it really began from our LAMEX conference in 2014. It's a biannual conference that was held in South Australia, and there's a lot of enthusiasm from that conference. Everyone was very excited about the sheep industry. We had a massive crowd there. We had 900 people there. We had to turn a lot of people away, and so we felt that the enthusiasm could be harnessed, and we could do some good work for the South Australian sheep industry. We've had a number of meetings across the state over the last couple of months where we've actually developed the framework for our blueprint. So that's going to be put together over January, February, and then we'll be going out and consulting with our producers again just to make sure that we're on track, make sure everyone's happy with the recommendations or the priorities that we've set for our industry. And then we're looking at having a big producer forum in April, where people can come along and have a final say on how they think it's going. And also during that time we'll be looking at partnering with other industries, looking at R&D priorities, and that's already happening with the University of Adelaide and AWI and MLA. It was an initiative of Livestock SA, the South Australian Sheep Advisory Group. Since then, the South Australian Government with PIRSA have come on board and they've helped us out with some seed money, and they've been very supportive with staff and with personnel and support in that kind. Also, the University of Adelaide are a key partner with our blueprint process, and they're looking at matching research with what needs to be done out in the field. We're also working closely with MLA and AWI and the Federal Government. Ultimately, we're looking at increasing production by 20% over the next 5 years, and there are a number of things that can be done to achieve that. It's not just a matter of increasing sheep numbers. We can increase growth rates, wool cuts, lambing percentages, a whole heap of things we can do in that regard. We've got a committed group of 15 people on our working group, and they're from across all aspects of our South Australian sheep industry. There's half a dozen producers there. We've also got wool processors, we've got livestock agents, universities, and they're all committed to the cause. But also we've engaged a blueprint manager, and I think that's been a very important part of the process, someone that could actually drive the initiatives that are being developed through the blueprint process. We've all seen strategic plans where it's put together by volunteers and a consultant, and they all sort of get worn out, but we recognise that we need a manager to make sure we enact the recommendations that come from the process. I think it's an opportunity for South Australian livestock producers to become a part of our industry. And it has grown a little bit. It's not just a sheep blueprint now, we're actually moving into cattle as well. And this fits with the MLA R&D priorities. They've reconvened SAMREC, the Southern Australian Meat Research Council, and the blueprint process fits quite nicely with what MLA are trying to achieve with prioritising their R&D dollars.